time of day.
Okay.
If you hear something, touch your clock, watch, whatever.
My soul is not here.
Okay, we're about 30 seconds out from our headlines to the show.
Okay.
So
It's about the same for everybody
headlines
then.
take about 30 seconds, and then
fine.
they're going to read the intro and then be ready.
They're all having trouble too.
So now we're going down to 4.
Yeah, I'm not going to suck up a little bandwidth.
Oh, your bandwidth? Yeah. You know, the way to get around that is use more latency. I think they have to do that back to the stages.
Video proof that I get back to
Really?
I can do it. I didn't think to do that. I don't know.
Well, you want me to get it on.
Your light is amazing.
30 seconds or so.
Your lighting's amazing.
Well, it's, no, they had the choice because
It's great.
Who's going live? Here? Here?
Yes.
or,
Just y'all two?
I mean,
It's these
8
two
and
cameras.
6 will be live.
No, no, but I'm looking. Y'all got ears in. So y'all two.
I'll
Got
give
it.
you
Okay.
30 seconds till we come to you.
Got it. Where y'all at? 15? Okay.
Share for
Ready? Waiting on one more, y'all. If y'all can give me a second.
We're live share.
Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. Sheriff Joseph Lopinto out here in Lopinto National Park. We're giving an update on the missing 4-year-old from Thursday night that we've been out here over the last few days. As many of y'all know, we've been out here with our divers, sonar equipment. We've used our helicopter today just for looking for different, types of animal activity in the area itself. Give people updated. We've been asked several times. We have zero evidence that there's any foul play in this case at this point in time. We're always looking for information. We are fact gatherers, as you know. If somebody has information they'd like to share to us, obviously contact the Detective Bureau at 504-364-5300. But as this moment is still a recovery operation. We have been in active recovery mode over the last few days where we've been doing underwater searches through a lot of different technology means that we've been able to do. That finally came to an end probably yesterday, where it turned into more of a passive recovery effort. I received a phone call on Saturday night from a local contractor that does some different pipeline equipment types company, asking about damming off this area and pumping this area out. What we know from a lot of drownings is obviously when a person does go down, they generally stay in the same place, and there's not a lot of flow in this man-made canal back here in Jean Lafitte Park. So we came out here yesterday morning at 8 a.m., met with him and looked at the dynamics of what it would take to fill in an earthen dam here in this location and pump it out over a period of time in order to do a more thorough search here of the water bottom. It was a very viable plan, well thought out plan that we believe that we can accomplish with very little environmental impact from this case. Met with the National Park Service yesterday. We spoke about the concerns of what that could make that happen. Truthfully, I never thought it would happen in this environment. It's a national park, but the superintendent here said, it's something we can't discount. It's a plan that can work. And let's try to do it forward. So I ended up writing up a proposal yesterday, submitted it to the National Park Service, and unbelievably by 9:30 this morning, we actually got an approval, verbal approval, that they were going to issue a special use permit to the Sheriff's Office for us to continue the recovery operations out here, including building the earthen dam. What we have done is we've brought the contractor from BNS Equipment, who has volunteered his services and the one that came up with this particular plan. We have utilized our divers to actually do a thorough search of the water bottom where we're going to build the earthen dam, and we're bringing pumps out here and be able to pump that water. It's going to be a process. We're looking for, hopefully we can get as much mud as we can today, clay to be able to come in. We're using core-proof clay to try not to make sure we're bringing into any outside sediment that is not natural to this area. We'll put that clay down. We'll obviously return it back to normal afterwards and scoop it back out to bring the area back in. But it's a plan that I think can work. Hopefully we get the desired results, but we're gonna work as hard as we can over the next day or so and see what we can make happen. That I'll take any questions, John.
Will you continue pumping out water after the sun goes down, or will this pause?
You know, it depends, right? We have to build the dam first. Depends on how much clay that we can get at this hour. The first trucks are on their way here. If we can continue to get trucks, we are prepared for night operations. We brought light plants out to continue forward. In a perfect situation, I'd like to be pumping tonight, and we'll be able to pump through the night. I have planned to have a contingent here to be able to do so. Obviously, we're relying on different companies, so they're going to be working a lot of long hours. It depends on who can run the equipment that we need necessary to do so. But if they let me go 24 hours, we'll go 24 hours.
Can you speak to the gravity of this permit, this operation?
You know, I was very impressed. I mean, National Park Service, I mean, I contacted Representative Troy Carter and Steve Scalise, both who represent parts of this park, gave them the information that was going forward, called them this morning to thank them. I don't know if they did anything or not, to be honest with you, but the truth of it is somebody up the chain gave permission and allowed this to happen, and we're going to go. So the Park Service here locally put the special use permit together, had me sign off on it, and they signed off, the superintendent signed off on it also today, and for that to happen within a 24-hour period of conception to implementation is pretty phenomenal here to make this happen. We just hope it works.
What protective measures are in place for the wildlife?
We already contacted Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries. They will be on scene once we start pumping. Most of the wildlife, I believe, will relocate naturally, but we will have Wildlife and Fisheries here to be able to, anything that doesn't move naturally, we can do that relocation if need be, but Wildlife and Fisheries will be on scene during that pumping process.
And so we can accurately describe this later. Can you point to where the dam will be and where the water is going to be pushed?
So the dam itself is probably about 100 yards behind us, where you see the crane. It's probably about 75 foot wide at the widest part of this, about 30 foot wide at the where we're going to actually build the earthen dam. We're probably going to pump the water from this location either directly behind us, which is really the same waterway of Twins Canal. We've really got to determine what the piping is for. If not, we're going to run it down just to my right, which goes into past the dam itself into the same waterway. So the water is going to be distributed into the same waterway it is now. That's not going to really change anything. It's just going to be moved and obviously dammed from this little local area where we can, determine if there's anything under the water that we need to examine more once we get to that point.
Sheriff Lopinto, I understand that you've been in contact with the family since this really happened. What is their reaction to this now turning into a passive recovery?
The reaction, it's not a passive recovery now since we have this operation going forward. They've been extremely happy with us and our efforts. This is a sad situation, and you're trying to give them some type of closure, obviously, with a recovery of a 4-year-old. But it's a situation where I'm going to do whatever in my power in order to try to give them that closure. So they're very appreciative of our efforts. They know we've been working very hard and coming up with any plan possible to make it work, and hopefully it does.
And can you just take us through what is going to happen over just the next 20, 30 minutes? We're going to see some clay cleft.
So the clay is on its way right now. We have moved the excavator into place. You'll see clay trucks come in. We'll move approximately 100 to 200 yards of dirt into the area in order to build up an earthen dam. Once that dam starts exceeding the water line, we'll be able to put pumps into here at the deepest section, which is right behind us, and start pumping out the water. Hopefully the flow continues. Obviously, we know we're going to have times where the drain's going to get blocked up by debris, and we're going to have to clear that, but we're going to pump as much water as we can. That's still going to be several hours of pumping. I mean, we're in a good moment, we're estimating 7 hours, but that's if the pumps are running full screen, we're not having to stop and clear and do all the rest of it. So it's going to be a long operation, but we're here for the long term, and you hope you get the desired result once it's over with. Once that's the case, we'll be able to remove the earthen dam behind us, and the same water will flow right back into this area, and next week we'll probably be right back to normal, and that's what the hope is.
What does the bottom of this area look like, and how deep is this right here?
I don't know what it looks like because our divers can't see the bottom of the reality. It's there's zero visibility. They have gone through the bottom. There's you can see what's on the top of the water, and you can imagine what's on the bottom of the water. It's full of debris, sticks, fish hooks, you name it. Soft muddy bottom with zero visibility, and so that's what they're encountering when they're doing their searches. We have tried to make sure we have done clear paths of where we're going to place this earthen dam. That when we finish that today, and so that's what we're going to encounter when we drain it out, and we'll have to go down there and figure out what we have. Anything else, Joe? Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it.
No, I do not. No, he and like ampersand.